Welcome to Miss Stories in Crime. I'm your host, Melissa Thompson. On a warm Sunday afternoon, June 21st, 2020, to be exact, at 12:30 p.m., Linda Stoltzfoos was walking home from church near a farm on Stumpton Road between the intersection of Beechdale Road and Gibbons Road in Bird in Hand, Pennsylvania, so that she could change her clothes to attend a youth group meeting. The 5' 10" with approximate weight of 125 pounds with brown hair and blue eyes, who was wearing a tan dress, white apron, and white cap, was never to be seen again. Police had no reason to believe she left on her own. East Lamapur Township Police Lieutenant Matt Hess said early in the investigation. Money was left in her bedroom and her bank accounts went untouched. Linda had shown no sign that she wanted to leave the Amish community. Those in the Amish community say there is always a sign that they want to go. Everyone knew something had to have happened to Linda. So a missing persons report went out and the community started to gather. Hundreds of volunteers and members of various law enforcement agencies conducted extensive searches in the weeks following to no avail. Witnesses came forward stating that they seen an Amish girl in the passenger seat of a red car with a male driving on Beechdale Road. Investigators went to work with this information, and the FBI forensic technicians exchanged enhanced surveillance video footage to see that Stoltzfoos was abducted on Beechdale Road, and it showed her being shoved into a red Kia Rio. This put Justo Smoker, 35, of Paradise Township, on police's radar. He became a person of interest when authorities were able to take witness statements, video surveillance, and cell phone records to determine that Smoker was the one who took Stoltzfoos against her will and killed her on June 21st, 2020, the day she went missing. Smoker was charged in July with kidnapping and false imprisonment in Linda's disappearance. 5 months later, state police added the charge of homicide to Smoker's charges, despite not having a body. Detectives said the surveillance video depicts the abduction of Stoltzfoos on Beechdale Road, which would have been part of her walk home, and with a distinct LCM sticker on the red Kia Rio, they matched Smoker as the perpetrator. After learning that Smoker's car had been seen parked on June 23, 2020, at a rural location in Ronks, investigators began to search the area. On July 10, 2020, they discovered clothing belonging to Stoltzfoos buried. Police said video surveillance footage and cell phone records show Smoker at the Ronks location 7 times between June 22, 2020 through June 27, 2020. 3 of these times were on June 23rd, police said, which was 2 days after Stoltzfoos was last seen. Police believe Smoker killed Stoltzfoos within hours of allegedly kidnapping her on June 21, 2020, and buried her behind a business on Harvest Drive in Ronks, where investigators found her stockings and bra. It's believed that Smoker then moved the body several days later. Lancaster County District Attorney Heather Adams stated, quote, "Certainly, no body prosecutions are difficult. It's often the recovery of the body that answers many of the questions as far as how the victim died. The location of the body can also tell us many things. Regardless, I'm very confident in our ability to secure justice for Linda and her family," end quote. Despite finding video, clothes, the car, and having witnesses state that they'd seen Stoltzfoos with Smoker, they still weren't able to complete their puzzle because they were missing the big piece, Linda's body. When Linda went missing, the community banded together to search for her and assist authorities in any way they could. Hundreds of people showed up at the Bird in Hand Volunteer Fire Company to assist in the search. They searched the verdant fields surrounding the town on foot, driving ATVs and on horseback. The searches continued throughout the week. Volunteers fanning out from the village, coordinated by the fire company. Every night since she disappeared, the community has held vigils, praying for Linda's safe return to her family. The vigils weren't organized by the Amish. Linda's uncle said, who left the Amish community years ago, "The Amish don't do prayer vigils," he said. People's hopes were diminished as the evidence came out and Smoker being arrested. It was a big blow to the community. Now they were hoping to find her body so that her family could say goodbye and have a proper burial. Then, on April 21st, 2021, remains were discovered in the eastern part of the county and are believed to be of Linda Stoltzfoos. District Attorney Heather Adams said, "It was 10 months to the day from when she went missing," Adams said, quote, "While the coroner's office has not yet made a positive forensic identification, based on all of the information currently known and available to us, we strongly believe and are comfortable saying that the remains are those of 18-year-old Linda Stoltzfoos." End quote. According to Adams, the remains were recovered Wednesday, April 21st, 2021, in a gap behind the previous place of employment of Justo Smoker, the man charged with her homicide and kidnapping. Investigators also found a dress, bonnet, and shoes consistent with the clothing worn by Stoltzfoos on the day she disappeared. Adams revealed that authorities believe Smoker moved Stoltzfoos' body days after her death and buried it on railroad property near a business in Gap where he used to work. Adams did not say what led investigators to the search area where her body was found. According to the district attorney's office, authorities have spent more than 15,000 man-hours searching for Stoltzfoos since June 21st of 2020, when she was last seen heading home after church to change into something else for a youth group meeting. Justo Smoker was arrested in July on charges of felony kidnapping and misdemeanor false imprisonment in connection with Stoltzfoos' disappearance. He was charged with murder in December after investigators reviewed all of the evidence gathered and made the determination that Stoltzfoos was likely dead. Smoker is being held at Lancaster County Prison without bail. He is waiting trial on a plethora of charges, including homicide in connection with the case. Adams said the remains were buried about 42 inches deep near Dutchland Incorporated, where Smoker was employed at the time of his initial arrest in July. Adams went on to say, quote, "She was found on railroad property, wrapped in a tarp," end quote. Officials believe Smoker killed her within hours of the kidnapping and buried her where her bra and stockings were found along Harvest Road. They believe he then moved the body several days later to where it was found on April 21st, 2021. That area had been included in the search that involved more than 2,300 people and 15,000 hours, Adams said. The area is not easily accessible and required the use of tools access. On April 23, 2021, the Lancaster County coroner, Dr. Stephen Diamantini, identified the remains as those of Linda Stoltzfoos. The coroner used forensic dental records to make the ID, Chief Deputy Coroner Eric Bieber said, Friday, April 23, 2021. Bieber said the cause of death was found to be asphyxia as a result of strangulation and suffocation during an autopsy earlier in the day. He said a single stab wound contributed to the death, which was ruled a homicide. Smoker's DNA was detected on Stoltzfoos' clothing, according to prosecutors. Lancaster County District Attorney Heather Adams stated during a press conference, quote, "Cell phone data was used to determine where Smoker traveled the day of the disappearance, and that information guided the searches, end quote. Quote, we had two goals since she went missing: to bring Linda home to her family and to get a murder conviction. Adams said, quote, our goal now is to get a murder conviction and make sure he never gets out to do this again, end quote. Linda Stoltzfoos is the daughter of Lloyd and Susie Stoltzfoos of Upper Leacock Township, Lancaster County. Adams said the family was advised of the discovery Wednesday, April 21st, 2021, and taken to the site. My thoughts are with the Stoltzfoos family, as this is a horrendous outcome to their beautiful daughter's life. Now we must look to the justice system and make sure Smoker can never do this to another individual ever again. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
If I could turn the hourglass over, if I could set the clock back, it wouldn't change a thing, I know that. I know that. And when I look at the world around me, I see what might have been, but every deed has got a price tag. Now I know that. I wish I never met you. In my weakest moments, you call me by name, you cut me wide open.